It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on S3. It's your Thursday morning. Now, this is a rather interesting one this morning. Now, recent data suggests that South Africa has become a hotspot for AAA grade fakes, which are replicas of luxury items that are quite difficult to distinguish from the original. Now, the market for these goods had a staggering value of 362 million rand in 2011, I know. And since then, the fake market has grown substantially, with websites and social media boasting 41 and 28% of counterfeit sales. Now, this morning, Michael Zaharev from Lux City, and you'll see he's very well put together, no fakes
Very
here,
much so.
joins us this morning to chat about this growing concern and how to protect yourself against being scammed. Michael, thank you very much, man. Good to have you.
Great to be here with you guys.
Yeah, we love a good fake in South Africa.
Hey, man, we love
a good fake.
You know, we want to be up there, but maybe we can't afford it, so you know what I'm saying.
I think we know we can't afford it. That's why we get Vui Laton. It's like a different vibe. But, Michael, just in terms of this whole trend, this upward trend, I mean, if you put it on a graph, you can see it's shooting up. Why do you think this counterfeiting, or let's just say the fake industry, has grown so much over the past decade?
Well, I think the main reason that we've analyzed is the fact of these AAA grade fakes.
Yeah.
So first you need to understand what a AAA grade fake is. You know, generally when we talk about, you say Louis Vuitton, etc., etc. When we talk about fakes, people expect them to be something you buy in a flea market, a Chinatown situation.
Yes.
You know, it looks like it's fake. You can tell. A discerning buyer will definitely be able to tell across the room that it's fake. Now, with the AAA grade fake, these are items that are essentially indistinguishable to the everyday person from the original. They look exactly the same. They're the current range. The logos are perfect. Everything is essentially perfect to an untrained eye. And this trend has brought a whole new customer to the market. Someone who's undiscerning they don't actually realize they're buying a fake. You know, they're buying it through social media or on a website. They actually believe they're buying an original. And, you know, these items are selling at 70, 80% of what the original's costing. So that's tens of thousands of rands generally. And that's what's really driving this trend, because a lot of people are being essentially tricked into buying fakes that they think are originals at a slight discount for whatever reason it may be.
Now, I've got to ask you, on that point, I mean, how do you discern between what is real and what is fake? I mean, is there a way that, because you say for the untrained eye, sometimes it's almost like impossible with these AAA grade fakes. How do we do this?
Well, exactly. You really have to know the brand, all the brand specifications. Each model has specifications. So at Lux City, when we're looking if an item is fake or not, we'll look up to 50 points per bag. On top of it, you know, nowadays we have to use microscopic analysis of the materials because the fakes are becoming so good. We take, you know, scaled photos, which we run through AI algorithms, which we license. So it's really become, you know, a masterful science almost to authenticating bags. It's not that easy. And, you know, some of the items we're talking about, they're 250,000 rand for a bag. So when someone's trying to counterfeit a 250,000 rand item, the level of detail they're going to go into is a lot, because they're able to make, you know, 150, 200,000 rand on that item if they get it right and they trick the right person.
So what you say is you got to know your brand.
Yes, of course.
You want to go there?
But we have to know your stitching, where the labels are, where's the watermark of my bag.
Maybe carry a microscope with you.
That's crazy. But no, how do we navigate this particular thing? Because I'm thinking about the dangers and the risks of actually buying. Because the thing is, when you buy, you're feeding the market, which means the more you buy, the more this market grows. And let's just say the more resources these individuals have to create their gaki and their channel products.
Exactly.
So, like, what are the risks associated with actually buying these goods?
Well, I think there are a couple risks. I mean, for you personally, the risk is that you're buying something. As good as it might look, they don't counterfeit the construction. So it will fall apart really quickly. You know, these brands cost so much because they will last generations. It's the quality that you're buying. It's not just the brand. And with the fakes, they want to trick you on the outside, but the inside will fall apart. So, of course, it can fall apart. You can lose a lot of money that way. You won't be able to resell it because a reseller will be able to spot that as a fake, so you'll lose the money rather than with an authentic item, you can get a lot of money back. But even overseas, we're seeing countries like France impose fines if you're caught carrying a counterfeit. You know, they'll confiscate it from you and they'll impose a fine. And they've started to actually enforce this at airports and train stations where, you could be just minding your own business entering the country and they'll spot the fakes. They have people there to spot the fakes. And you'll be caught in quite an embarrassing moment,
But
obviously.
I mean, this is difficult because, I mean, here you are and you want to buy something special for that special someone in your life. You're going to go online and you're going to go, oh, look at this, massive brand name, and you're going to think it's real. You're going to pay a lot of money for it, but it could end up being a fake. So, I mean, are there specific products or industries that are prone to these kind of counterfeit items and goods?
Well, on that point, that's really important that you understand where the item's coming from. That's really the best way to know that it's authentic. So, buying it directly from the brand, buying it from an official store or an official reseller like us. So that's very important. And, all items are counterfeited. We're not just talking luxury items. In the fashion category, we're talking about watches, we're talking about jewelry, we're talking about, athleisure, your athletic products. So it's really just the counterfeiters looking to steal some of that brand equity. Obviously, the more brand equity there is, the stronger the brand, the more demand there is, the more likely it is to be counterfeited. But we see it across all brands.
Well, this is an eye-opener, and if you are purchasing, I think it's important to know, in fact, consult somebody like Luxity. And thank you, Michael, for joining us today, because we need to be really, really focused on these things because it's happening and it's on an increase. So make sure you look after yourself. One thing that can't be counterfeited or faked is real talent. And I'm not just talking about Graham.